where are the pods?
It's not pause because I made the things that you cannot make that pause to be done.
Hello and welcome everybody. Today, Rubuile, live on the Joint Podcast. This is episode 25. And guess what? I'm not in Pretoria. Hey, the guys are beating too much. Today I'm chilling with Chris. We're at Key Possibilities. Welcome on the show, Chris.
Thank you, Nkopotse. Thank you guys for having me. So glad to be on the show, and let's have a good one.
I really love this place. We have Muhumuti, you know, our boy King.
Hello, everybody. Sure. How's it, Chris?
No, sure. My brother, how's it? Sure.
Man, you got a beautiful place out here. Like, it's something different. I'm yet to see something like this actually been done anywhere else. So it's very, very beautiful. I like the setup. It's very
the aesthetics. Yeah.
Even like the clothing, it's very. The products are super dope.
No, thanks, brother. No, we really tried to give it that open plan type of setup where we wanted people to come in here and also have that in-store experience.
Yeah.
So it's just that today we're having a different type of experience, but one day when you guys in here,
they should take a walk, take a drive, come see the place.
And it's not that far from Pretoria.
Yeah.
People think, it's Josie, PTA, it's far. No, but I mean, it's just around the corner.
It's literally after Pretoria.
Literally. After Centurion. Yeah, it's just here, next to Mall of Africa. We're just a stone throw away from there. So
definitely drop the details for everybody to come through and see the place. It's very beautiful. So let's get into it.
All right. So, Chris, who are you and who are you to Key Possibilities?
Okay.
Where did everything start?
Okay, so I'm Chris from Key Possibilities. Also go by the name of Bongo, go by the name of Star B. There's a lot of nicknames.
Star Bongo,
SDC. So there's a lot of names I go by, but originally from Ghana. Born and raised in South Africa. Grew up in Limpopo, Polokwane, and relocated to Joburg. And I've been doing a couple of things, and I'd say I'm an entrepreneur people would want to say they're hustlers, but it depends in what context you use it. But
Do you take yourself as the hustler?
Well, I'd like to say I'm goal driven, so I just want to keep pushing myself, and Key Possibilities is actually an extension of what I do, primarily in the construction field, but I've had a lot of challenges in the past. Been in the game for about 8 years now. And things have been tough, man, so just another extension of the growth, because I felt like the construction field, I've sort of come full circle in that space. So I want to tap into something new and risk it, because...
Sort of challenge yourself as well.
challenge myself as well. And
personal growth,
business growth as well. So I looked at it and I thought, I want people to understand where I come from, and those that need motivation, because it's a motivational brand.
Yeah, I like what you said about that.
It's a motivational brand, and I just want people to believe in themselves and know that anything is possible. That is why we debuted with our Possible collection, and so this is where we are now.
That's
Super
great.
dope.
Are there more collections to come? I hear you mentioning collections. Are you planning to, further into other different collections?
Yeah, so what we did in actual fact in the beginning, we collaborated, because that's what the brand is essentially about, is to collaborate with other businesses out there, small and upcoming brands. I wouldn't want to say we are a big brand that has got a lot of potential, although we're starting. So the purpose of it is, it's not to shut anybody out, but we are here as new brands in the market, and also trying to fight for that market share, because there's a lot within the retail space, and everybody, provided that you're good with your marketing and putting things together, you'll be able to get people behind your brand. So So essentially, yeah, that's what we do. Collaboration. We collaborated with Kuto Teledi. She has she has the iFambeni brand, which is also out, and it's part of the store as well. You know, we had a good run where we wanted to collaborate and show that people that are made in the industry can also partner up with new upcoming brands. We actually go way back, but we found ourselves here where we wanted to launch a collaboration on this journey of ours. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's great. That's amazing. You know, bigger is better. You know, and business. As much as you need growth, you also need PR. You need good people. You need good partnerships. And I'm glad that you took that step together with Kuto. You know, to sort of raise, diversity as well, and inclusion,
No, definitely. This it takes a lot from everybody, each and every single individual, to pull their weight and sort of bring it together. I'm not a brand strategist by nature, or say by profession, but you bring a brand strategist on board. They take your ideas and conceptualize it and put it on paper, and they make it appear how you want it to be seen. So it really does take a lot. We've had graphic designers, web designers, and on the marketing side, I decided to model. I had a lot of doors shut on me in the past where you'd go and ask to be a model and they don't want to look at you. So I was like, why not?
And you're the SDC,
why not just model it myself? And just once you put yourself out there, then you'll see how it all comes together. And most importantly, you learn because you have that first-hand experience of how things run.
And some things are better when done by yourself, and if you can, then why not?
You see, if you can, why not? Why not?
Because you know your standard, you know your quality,
exactly.
And you know the level that you want to be on and see yourself grow to. There's a lot of growth in the industry. But you know what? Talking about professionally or career-wise, you mentioned construction. Is that what you sort of pursued after your high school?
Yeah, so when I started at high school, I started studying quantity surveying. Then I started in construction management. Then I was like, no, I don't want to go out to site and get dirty all day, get beaten by the sun, burnt by the sun every day. So I was like, no, let me switch it up, because I had exposure in a QS office, and they wore nice suits and they looked nice. They'd only go to site once in a while and tell people what to do.
Site visits,
look nice. You can see the bosses are on site today.
Foreman.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I was like, no. Then when I started working, I took the risk as well of starting a construction company, and then I'm now doing what I initially started, and that's construction management. So I'm on the ground, I get dirty. When my boots are not dirty, I know I'm not working. So I have to make sure, that you just keep on pushing, and it also has its own challenges. But you then get to see how certain things are interlinked, in the business space. So you just learn as you grow, because we don't know it all, but you just have to
learn as you go.
To throw yourself in the deep end.
So you mentioned that you went through a lot of challenges. What do you say helped you a lot to actually deal with those challenges as you're going through different challenges in your life?
Yeah, look, I think the biggest one is making sure that you have your own goal in terms of your self-motivation, because look, you can always go to people and ask them, or be support structures in your life, but it really all starts and ends with you. I've had good support structures, family members, and they've held my hand. I mean, you can't do it alone after all, whether you're talking about capital, whether you're talking about just advice, because some elderly people have got some 10 plus years ahead of you, and it's not like you would wake up today and think you know it all. So everything just culminates and sort of comes together in a way where you don't want to feel, or you don't feel left out eventually. Speaking to people within the game and just having that self-confidence, because if you don't have that and you want to rock up to a door, I always say, or I've learned about this, that the light is always green, until it turns red. So you keep knocking, you keep knocking, and there will be a lot that will shut in your face, but it's not the end.
You don't give up.
You don't give up.
Yeah, you don't give up. You keep going.
Yeah, but one of it is the biggest one. I think everybody still has a challenge, is funding. And funding, depending on how you go about it, but if you're able to, I always tell people that you have to start, however big or small it is. We have smartphones, we have all the technology we need. We can buy data here, 50 megabytes.
Everything is at our fingertips.
Fingertips. So if you just start and shoot a video, the apps are there to make things easier for us these days.
Yeah, even worse, we got some ChatGPT, OpenAI is bringing some dope shit as well.
Yeah,
So,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I'm just really glad that just having that self-motivation takes you far. Yeah.
And I was taking a walk around the store, and then I peeped up and I saw Demixty,
Yes.
DJ, I don't
Kitty,
know.
yeah, Kitty CDJs and
CDJs,
yeah. So how that in high school I used to DJ, also DJ with a friend of mine called DJ Binos. He's also quite a skillful DJ. Like he plays all genres. So I thought of bringing in another element to Key Possibilities, and that's music. And I wanted to bring that together with fashion, and the tagline is where fashion and music unite.
Nice.
And so we have this concept that's called Movement Fridays, and that happens. We are still trying to be consistent in it, because it does take a lot of effort, but we have them on Fridays where DJs come through. We having that in-store experience, extended hours where people can come through, bring their own drinks, see the store, and network and socialize.
So every Friday?
We try every Friday, but it guaranteed at least one Friday a month. So we actually hosted it in the store. Then we have moved to private locations, but now we are at the store, just outside the store, where the pallet tables are set out. There's humbly, at least, that you can purchase, and then you just bring your own alcohol and have fun.
Enjoy yourself.
That's
super dope. Let's do something as well.
Yeah, no, that is very nice.
It's
and I'd like for you guys to come through.
I was just about to say that you can share with our viewers out there if they do want to come, and also how they can get a hold of you and interact with Key Possibilities.
Okay, yeah, so Key Possibilities, we accessible on Instagram. That's at Key Possibilities. It's one word. Instagram, Facebook, and we have a website. It's www.keypossibilities.co.za. All our merchandise is on there, and anytime feel free to pull through. Oh, and the store location is in Midrand. It's shop A12 at Leo Gym Innovation Works. Yeah, where you at right now?
Yeah. And it's not too far. I know, we mostly have Pretorians, because we speak Orbolela Spitori. So guys, it's not far. It's not
really
far. Yeah,
it's really not far, and we plan to just get more out into the market. So we will plan on having a couple more pop-ups, at the malls, at events. We're still trying to find out more or less, events that we can sort of put up a stall and showcase our merchandise. But as and when we do come of it, we'll be out there in the streets, like they say.
You must be in the streets. You must be in the streets.
Yeah, we got to be. Yeah. So that's pretty much. We have our white winter collection is coming. Is out. So. And winter is creeping up really fast, so come through. The material is really comfortable. It's 100% cotton, and
the feel is just amazing.
The fabric is great, and I'm sure you'd love it.
Yeah, super.
They're super satisfied.
Yeah, speaking of textiles, me coming from Join Potcast, we, as we are 420 friendly. So I wanted to ask you, have you ever thought about actually doing hemp as a part of your textiles that you use to do your fabrics as well?
Hemp, right?
Yeah.
Look, hemp is we could use it. We could use it. I just feel like we are not at that stage yet, where we're planning on diversifying, because all of these things, they take money. It needs, and the revenue selling out would be a good thing for you to reinvest. But at this stage, yes, in future, just to answer your question, like we would consider it. Maybe not beat around the bush, but as and when things like,
takes process.
it's a process,
and I mean, also our economy, like, I don't know how we are going to go almost 50% green. It's looking bad. Like, we arrived here, it was load shedding, right? And then obviously as a store, if the building that you're at does not have a step up, step down, or if you don't want that, you have to now make sure that you have a generator, because normal operations should go on, you know? So I just wanted to ask, something that has really impacted businesses in the past few years has been load shedding. So how has load shedding, and not only load shedding, but the current state and economy of South Africa, has a toll on your business or took a toll? And how can you advise future, or rather current business owners, you know, to maneuver around this situation that we're facing?
It's a very tragic situation that we're in. When we looked at all types of disasters, and electricity has also been declared as a state of disaster at the moment.
It is a disaster.
So we honestly had to adapt, and I think part of business is just like we'd looked at, we just come from COVID, and most businesses have collapsed, and we're just trying to build up from that. Now we have load shedding to deal with, as if that's not a problem on its own, you know. But I would advise businesses to just not give up, you know. It's essentially, I know it's easier said than done, but really don't give up, because if you're able to go through that dip in the cycle of business, then surely your turn is you're on the rise, you know, so to speak. You're on the rise to get there, and just keep up to date with economic transformations in business, right, in the industry, because lots of us don't want to do our market research. We want to run in the business, but you don't want to do the research behind it,
and that's what's going to help your business grow, actually,
and further prepare for the you know, certain challenges that we might face. So with us, we do have generators, you know, we're prepared in that state, but still you're burning petrol, you know, you are
extra money,
you know, polluting the environment, so to speak. You see, and with greenhouse gases, all these things. So businesses just have to be strong. There's no other way to put it. That's my advice to other businesses out there. Revenue, even though revenue doesn't come, don't be disheartened by that, you know. There's always other ways to cut costs, and try to streamline your business in a sense where you cut all those overhead costs and run with them, you know.
I was about to say, as a business, you need to be fluid. You know, you always need to be fluid and on your toes. You know,
flexible.
You have to be flexible, and that's why key is having a good business model. You understand, having an elaborate plan as to, if this and this happens, this is how I can recuperate, you know, from that situation. And you also mentioned support, you know, family members, friends, always having your back, you know.
It's not everybody that will have your back, you know.
Let's talk about that as well.
You know, talk about snakes in the grass and type of thing, you know. But I always want to have a positive mindset, you know, whether you, like, I always want to do my part. I stick to my lane and I do my part, you know? Those that have bad energies, I don't focus on them. I mean, there's sometimes you get a lot of internal friction within companies and stuff, you know, and you have to be neutral. You don't want to pick sides, don't want to be biased. you have to know that, hey, this is my goal. These are company policies. These are company, you know, say code of conduct, if I may say. And this is what we stick by. So if you don't like it, keep your bad energy away, and then we'll keep moving. But obviously, it doesn't get to that end, to that point very quickly. I mean, you mediate, you try to make sure that at least the support structures that you have, because you being a leader, I wouldn't say a boss, but a leader, you have to lead. But if there are those that are supporting you, make sure that they're also well taken care of, because if they switch up on you, then you will be left in the cold.
Yeah, I like this quote by Jimmy Iovine. I'm not sure if you know it. Jimmy Iovine said that you have to cast your life. Meaning that you have to be responsible for everybody else in your life. You have to actually choose the people that are there for you.
Choose the right people and people that are going to help you live a positive and enriched life.
Most definitely,
you know, and I mean, how we came about here today, I mean, it's not like we have known each other for a while, and it's through these relationships that you develop, and you know, who knows from here where, you know, you'll be tomorrow. You know, hopefully interviewing the president from again. That would be a nice one.
Yeah, that would be a nice one.
Pass the blood. Yo, say what, man. You know.
Plus, things are always better when he's gonna be chilled. Perhaps end us giving us the truth.
You're like, hey, my comrade. What's good?
Speaking of that, so do you use it like for talking about cannabis actually?
Yeah.
What's your view on cannabis? Are you friendly or you not?
No, I'm a very friendly guy. It has been very friendly to me.
Just the vibes. So you say that, for instance, I saw this on what was it? I think it was Elon Musk. He said that he uses it as the opposite of coffee.
Okay.
So when, he uses coffee to be on the up, and he uses cannabis to be on the low.
Elon Musk is a stoner.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Check it out. He's a stoner.
He is.
Oh, nice.
No, well, I use cannabis not often, right? More recreational than you know, like on a
regular basis
or regular basis. Yeah. I think that's the word, regular basis. Man. For me, you know, there's a lot that happens in the day, and you know, the stress levels sometimes build up. You know, and it's just one way of just neutralizing things,
the whole thing, just relaxing,
and just relaxing,
natural medicine,
and then it
for
gets the creative
relaxation.
juices flowing.
It does.
There's been a lot of what's that word? Is it not conspiracies, but where people think of something wrong?
Stigma.
Around that. But it's a plant that is used across the board, you know, whether it's medicinal purposes and it's worked for them, you know. So, and I'm glad to see now that even government now is easing up towards it. So I enjoy it.
Enjoy that. Shout outs to you, man.
Yeah, man, I enjoy it.
I enjoy it too.
You know, last week, or rather in episode 24, the past episode before this one, we were mentioning how Cyril Ramaphosa is also expanding economically, or so he says. But you know, at least there is cannabis awareness, because we attended the Cannabis Expo, and there's honestly so many things that we saw there, and so many different businesses with different solutions to ailments, or not even problems, but different solutions at approaching life, or to approaching life. You know, you have cannabis oil that you can even use to make food. The
CBD oils and all of that.
The CBD oil.
Yeah.
So the industry is growing, you know, and people are coming out there, and there are some maybe who used to smoke too much cannabis or couldn't control it. Now they have different ways of consuming it at a minimum. You understand?
Speaking of that, so what is your favorite way to consume it? Are you a joint type of guy, blunt type of guy, bong type of guy, dabbed, edibles?
Edibles. Okay, so I'm a joint type of guy. I even like cannabis tea. So I'll just boil it, you know, in a pot, and then strain it and drink it. That there is the best. That is bomb. like try it, guys. If
Yeah.
you haven't tried it, please.
I've never tried cannabis
Jump
tea. You
on.
tried cannabis tea?
I
It's
haven't.
nice. It's
Yeah.
nice. You maybe add a bit of honey if you want to.
Yeah.
I mean,
I did
it goes
fish.
down.
One of our co-hosts,
Yeah.
I think he had lemon and I think also honey or something like that. But with his, I think he put in too much weed. So it got him effed up real good.
No, man, it's really nice. Like,
Yeah.
but you can choose. Edibles are a bit too strong for me.
Yeah. You prefer your joints.
Yeah.
Like it just
No.
makes me very mellow. You end up passing out.
That's why I was never a fan of edibles. I was never a fan of edibles.
Yeah.
Like you don't know what's too much and too little. You know, you end up going overboard because
yeah.
you literally have to have a small amount.
Yeah, I mean they come
to
in
get
10
high.
milligrams, 20 milligrams. So sometimes you need to, pick your struggle.
You
Yeah.
need to pick your struggle
definitely.
because
Yeah.
good tough. But otherwise, I mean, we're happy we're jointing. We're happy we're having a conversation with you. I'm totally loving the atmosphere. I'm loving the place.
I'm
You
really
know?
glad that you love the place.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're gonna come to the Friday events that
Fridays.
you host, and we're gonna be showing our viewers. We're gonna be vlogging, giving you the whole experience.
Yeah, I mean, once we do set out a date, we'll let you know, and then just let your viewers and your pots know that they should come.
No, definitely share
Yeah.
all the info about your business and put it out there for the people to
Yes,
see
yes,
so they
yes.
can.
Hi guys, welcome back. Finally back from the break. I'm chilling again with Chris. I'm
that's
with King
good.
again. We just took a refresher. Saw the place Rate Mamela. We indulged
Yeah, no.
in the atmosphere.
So how did you like it?
I love it. I mean, it's peaceful. And one thing I can see, there's security is ultimate peace. Like everything is just relaxed. There's also shade outside.
I mean, there's
you know.
grass outside. There's you see why
got
you
you.
see why it makes sense hosting the Movement Fridays here.
Yeah.
Like there's literally enough space for you to just chill, do your thing.
Yeah.
We're not governed by rules here, really. No, like it's a very chilled vibe.
It's very relaxed.
Yeah.
I love it. Because now I cannot be strict. If it's too strict for me, I
Shapa
stay here
kayo.
too long. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm meant to show you. I can vibe here. Definitely I can vibe here.
Yeah.
Kora o rate molao wena. If it's too strict, then
Yeah, have you noticed I'm very rebellious at heart?
talking about rebels, hey, I wanted to post something to you guys and our viewers out there. So, normally I watch Showmax, right? And I was watching a specific reality show, all right? And on that reality show, there's a lady, who has multiple businesses. I think she's a multi-millionaire. Yeah, if not a millionaire, but that's besides the point. Doing well for herself. She met a man, all right? And she met a man. She has 2 kids, and this man has 1, I think, or 2. Irrespectively, they started dating. They they dated up until the first month, and then they decided they want to introduce their kids, to each other. Okay, but it's a bit too early. Their kids meet, and since this is a reality show, they're always going to be Twitter investigators, that are diving deep, So then apparently it's found that that man is a former he's a former sex offender. I don't know. I don't want to say convicted, because he got out on merit of not being guilty, or he served his sentence and left, but he was accused of it, is what I'm saying. So I want to know about people who have committed such crimes, right? And now accepting them back into society, and a public figure rather, or a accused sex offender. What is that crime to us now? And people who have been, it's deep. I told you, because I was thinking about this. I'm like, if he served his time, then he has probably been rehabilitated.
That's the first question I want to pose for me. I'll ask myself the question first. Does the system work? When they say they're going to rehabilitate another person, does it come back better or what happens? So looking at the way things are, it's difficult for some of the offenses actually, for me personally, to accept such people easily back into the community. Some offenses, they're too violent maybe, or even like the extent of the actions is too much for me to actually accept. Even though if maybe the person is better now or whatever, but for me, some of the things, for instance, pedophiles, for me, I don't think I could ever be able to accept that.
So there are certain people that you would accept and others that you wouldn't based on the crime committed.
Yeah, I would say that. But that was just based on me saying that I don't think the justice system for me works properly in terms of rehabilitation. For me, it's still like certain levels of education in it that helps people to actually understand why they did the things and how to actually better themselves. So for me right now, I feel it's just punishment, not really trying to solve the problem that led to the problem, to the thing in the first place. So for me,
it's hard.
It's hard to actually say that and accept that such people into the community. What about you, Chris?
No, I mean, I think there has to be some criteria put out there for you to even be cleared of your wrongdoings in the past. I mean, if you've served your time, now you want to come out, but how do they determine that you're a better person or you're a changed man or lady or whoever? I really am not sure, but I just hope that whatever they have gone through, whatever crimes that they've committed, they've learned from it and they can come out into the world. I mean, we've got a lot of success stories. I mean, think of Juke as one where he came out and he's like now changing.
A changed man.
He's a changed man and he's also trying to do better. Like that's an example. Many others that have done well.
So you yourself as a business owner, okay? On Khobote, I come to look for work, employment, and then you do a background check and find that I have a past, in prison. I am a law offender at some point, irregardless of the crime committed. Would you give me that chance to prove to you that I have redeemed myself, or it's a risk?
Tricky. Look, there's like I said, criteria that we have. Sometimes it's based on, as much as you want to scrutinize this person and check all their files, sometimes it's based on instinct to think if this person is really good for the job or not, And everybody deserves second chances. Look,
True, I believe in that.
That's why in the beginning I said that I always have a positive mindset. I've worked with guys that have been in jail and come out, not directly employed under the company, but I've worked and interacted with them, and they seem to be pretty fine. Sometimes they'll disclose their story to you and tell you what type of crimes they've committed and how they're just trying to piece their lives together now that they're out, because you lose a lot of years. You lose a lot of years in prison trying to be a better person or serving your time, and then meanwhile life is passing you by in a sense. Now when you're out, you have to start from scratch. So I wouldn't mind giving people second chances or working for us, but hey, you must really be sure that you're willing to work, because
and I mean, some do study at Danyane, people come with degrees, honors, masters, So, and it's great. Even matric, I saw on the matric results, they posted that the people who were in jail registered for matric, how the percentage of the pass rate, basically the pass rate, and it was nice to see. It was good to see. It was quite refreshing to see that at least they can redeem themselves. But not in front of kids. Just to close this off, not in front of kids. Kids are a different thing. Kids are a different thing. It's something that I'm not going to expose them to. And
what do you think about such things? Because of, if you check right now, like, let me ask a father here. Do you think that the world right now, can you like block your children from a lot of things that are in the world right now?
You can't, no matter how strict you
You can't.
are.
You can't. No, it's difficult. You can try, but you can't. I mean, our parents back then even used to say, about Dragon Ball Z, you know these cards that you used to play, like you do the tassels and all of those things, finding them in Simba chips. They would say that no, there's a lot of conspiracy stories behind them. So like, guys, like now on social media, everything is like accessible. You can literally search for anything you want, you'll find it. So you have to just like pray and try as far as possible as a parent to just shield your child. But hey guys, like some of us were going on a good path and then others just, you know, took an off ramp. And you find like, you ask yourself, but why? You know, but you never really know. You never really know until you walk in their shoes. You really don't know. You know, we all have different
just somebody
backgrounds.
from just the outside.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't pressurize yourself. But that's why I say, like in life, you must just stick to your own lane, or just run your race. Yeah, when that hard work meets luck, that juncture, trust me, that's your moment, because you can work hard. People say, no, just work hard. Then they ask, but if you were to ask me how I did it, I'll tell you. I don't need to be, there's nothing sinister about what I've done, you know? Like, I've worked hard, I've put in the hours, you put in the hours, you
put in the work,
put in the
effort.
put in the effort, that type of stuff, you know? And then when someone comes across your name or your reputation that you have done well and are willing to give you a chance, then that's your break and you run with it.
Yeah,
Super dope.
that's good. That's good.
super dope.
That's and more or in other spheres of life. You find that you were actually destined to be here. You understand, and that's why your work ethic and all your efforts have led you to where you are. And manifestations, I'm a strong believer of manifesting things into life, you know. But of course, without the hard work, it's not gonna happen. You can't just sit back and relax and everything to be perfect, to be just fine.
No, it's true. You also have to have that inherent belief. If you feel like you are, let's call it the chosen one, to make a difference in this life, because as you can see, unemployment rates are high, and you just doing your part. Who knows? You know, from this podcast, you'd be hiring entire film crew. You know, opening up spaces, because there will be gaps in the company that you need to fulfill, and it's just part of the growth, and we just all need to get behind each other and support. Like, it's just that thing. I don't understand why as a nation we just lack support, supporting your neighbor, just supporting a friend, the basics, you understand. But I just want to encourage people to be there for one another, because you never know. Others are suffering from deeper issues, you know.
Man, there's a lot of suffering.
Yeah, but let's just be positive. That's what I keep saying. Like, you know, it shouldn't make it feel like
positive.
Everything on life. I know some people are responsible for a lot in their families and find that they're the breadwinners in their families, you know. But their lucky break, their time is coming. You understand? So we just have to be positive about life, you know.
And you know, getting that amount of possibility, I'd like to touch on something, requires a great amount of mental health. And mental health is something that we tend to overlook, and you know, think it doesn't exist, but it does exist, and you always have to have a good mental state, you know. And I'd like to believe that with everything that you have accomplished personally as Chris, there were a lot of mental strains, you know, and hurdles that you had to overcome, and that drained you mentally. So mental health wise, how do you cope? What are some of the things that you do to make sure that you retain that element?
Look, I'm glad you touched on this topic of mental health because it's another key driver. Like this is a motivational brand, and we are just trying to let people know that anything is possible. Like that you put your mind to, there's endless possibilities, endless opportunities. And so for me, my coping mechanism has always been to just try to not blow a fuse, not to be too short-tempered in life, learn to work with people, because not everything will come at your time, at your own pace when you want it to, and not bottling things up inside. Talk to someone. You understand? I think that's one of the most important things. Let it out. Don't keep it in until it gets to that breaking point, because trust me, you'll lose it and you end up taking it out on the wrong people who are in fact are there to support you.
And you end up pushing them away.
You're pushing them away and stuff like that. But because life can sometimes get very hard, and for me, having to deal with maybe 20, 40 plus people almost on a daily, making sure that things run smoothly, it can become a lot. So what I do is I try for things not to affect me on a personal level. So I don't deal with things emotionally. I put that aside. I leave my emotions for family and some close friends. But in business sometimes you have to be tough. You understand? So you deal with one issue at a time and you move on.
You have to be thick-skinned.
You have to be thick-skinned. So don't be arrogant or anything like that. But just say that, guys. No, man. We'll deal with things like this, and just sort it out easy. Otherwise,
as a woman and as someone who has been around mostly male figures in my life, I've seen that it's mostly men, and I'm not touching on the statistics that we see, but personally what I've experienced, mostly men who kind of have a lot of mental issues, and their mental health is bad. You understand? And it's this thing that we have that a man must do this, a man must have this, and
in Doda must.
You understand? So you hear stories that there's a man now who walked up to a bridge, and just threw himself over. It's too many males are suffering from this, and as that gender, I'm just trying to make sure that you guys know how to alleviate, and Muhumuti, not forgetting about you also. How do you deal with your mental health?
True. Now, normally, I always tell people that I have my own blueprint that I look up to. So whenever I'm feeling low, I go back to it. I know it will bring me up, because I know that whatever I'm going through is not bigger than my blueprint. So I need to make that dream come alive. So whenever I'm feeling down, I go to that to bring me up a bit. And I also use cannabis because of about that life.
Put you on the low.
Yeah, I remember what cannabis for me. It forces you to face your reality. You have to face your true self. So it reveals yourself to yourself. So for me, when I'm in that personal mind state, I'm able to face anything that comes across me.
Yeah. And when you're mentioning cannabis now, I wanted to ask you, there was a time where we spoke about why are we paranoid, and why do we feel some type of a way, when we are high. So have there been episodes where you feel paranoid?
No, that was in the beginning when I started, the
first time.
The first time. I think the most craziest thought, this ping pong game that we used to, go Magic Company, they used to have, when you go to the games arcade.
The games,
then there's this ping pong thing. You put one token in, then there's a ball. You press so that the ball doesn't go down. So I thought I was the ball in the.
You never coming down.
No, being hit and I know it's really tricky, but that was in the beginning. That's when I really felt paranoid. I was like, nah, it's not for me to say. But after the second time, third time.
into
ease into it. Like
Yeah.
right now, it's more just bringing my stress levels down and just making me very neutral. But I don't feel
get the
paranoid.
paranoid
No,
part,
I don't
yeah.
get that paranoia.
It's
No.
mostly with first time users. Yeah, mostly
Yeah,
with
first time users. Yeah.
Yeah. But man, what else to say to you, man?
Yeah.
It's been a super vibe chilling with you.
No, it's
I love
been
what
a
you
pleasure.
did here with your place. Keep possibilities, people. Come and check this place out. Beautiful. There's some really, really nice clothes. Like this is like from a nice simple way, you know, and it shows there's statement to it. It's motivational.
Yeah.
It's motivational. Taking
I
care
love
of
it.
that mental health too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
every time you look at that shirt, it should evoke some, positive emotions in you to say that, anything is possible, and you need to go get what's yours.
Yeah.
So that's what it is, man.
Beautiful.
I really appreciate you guys for coming through to this.